Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today I am doing another declutter. This time it's concealers. And whenever I started, prepping for this video, I was like, oh, this is going to be easy. I could probably combine it with powders. And then I calculated, and I have 73 concealers that I need to declutter. So I decided to separate it, just do concealers by themselves because it's gonna be a long one. So if you're interested, continue watching. Make sure you subscribe down below. Also, I will link the foundation declutter down below, and that's it. Let's get started. I have to say it took me quite a bit to organize these and make them a little bit aesthetically pleasing because the concealers kept trying to roll over. They were too short, too long. Anyway, I'm not super OCD, but it bothered me having them look messy. So I just calculated and I have 73 concealers. I am baffled because for some reason I thought I would have like 30, and that is incorrect. So hopefully we'll get rid of about half of them. I think the foundations, I had 80 foundations and got rid of, I think, over half. So hopefully we can do the same. I really think we can, because concealers, I'm quite picky, and I think I gathered so many just because I've tested out so many, and you'll see that there's a lot that I have different color shades. Also, I've been around a dog and I'm so allergic to dogs, and if you hear it in my voice, that's why. Okay, let's start with these right here. These are the House Labs concealers. I just got these, testing them out. By the time the video goes live, I think the video either should be live or it will be live after, but I'm keeping all of these. I have 13, 14, and 21. I got 3 because online it was very confusing for me personally to pick one, and for review purposes I wanted to have the right shade. So obviously we're keeping these. This Tom Ford concealer, this is the Shade and Illuminate concealer. Now I do enjoy this one. I have it in the shade 3CO. I actually had to add some pigment, white pigment, to this because it was so incredibly dark, and as you can see here it's still very dark, but I actually use this more like a corrector and I do enjoy it. With this, I think the key is to put about that much, and I just correct pretty much my under eye with this. It's a beautiful formula, absolutely not worth the money. I think this is close to $100, so it's definitely not worth it, but I will keep it because I do use it mainly as a corrector, just because I don't have the right shade. And like I mentioned, I actually had to put white pigment in here to make it work for me because it was just too dark. Now these 3 from Tower 28 are a must. I have been testing these out for weeks now. I know I haven't done a video on these yet just because I've had a lot going on and I didn't get around to, but an amazing concealer. I want to say that this is my new go-to coverage, like medium coverage concealer. Very light, serumy, very hydrating. I absolutely love it. It actually has so much better coverage than I expected, and my under eye has been quite dry lately. I just haven't enjoyed my under eyes, so this actually has been helping me a lot. I have here 3 colors: K-Town, DTLA, I think I'm blind and I can't see, and IE. Let me swatch them for you. So here are the 3 shades. This one is shade 7, 6, and 4. I've been using the shade 6 because it has a little bit of a peachy undertone and I really like it. 7 is nice, but I've actually been mixing it with a little bit of the 4. Anyway, I love this formula. Obviously, I have 3 colors. The shade 7 is actually beautiful all over the skin as a foundation. I love this. It's such a good concealer. Moving on to this Say concealer. I don't love this concealer. I don't know why it doesn't work for me. I almost feel like it's separating under my eyes, and it's not my favorite. I don't reach for it. It's super hydrating, which I do like. I just don't feel like it does enough for me, and it almost makes my under eyes look just a little cakey, even though it's super hydrating. I don't understand it. It doesn't work for me. I've actually tried it a couple more times since, I've been testing it out, like I want to say 6 months ago when it came out, but it just hasn't worked for me. So this is a go. Now these two from Armani, these are the old formula, and I used to absolutely love these so much, but I kind of think they're expired. I've been using the shade 4 the most. This is the shade 3. You can see it's quite brightening. Actually, most of the time I combine them. What a beautiful formula. I really like it. I kind of feel like I could get a little bit more use out of them, but they're quite old, so I'm probably gonna have to let these go. A huge surprise is this Hourglass concealer. This is in the shade Apricot, and I've tried, I think, like 3 if not 4 different shades from Hourglass. First of all, look how messy that looks. We should not have that happening. I have a wet wipe right here. We're gonna clean that off. But like I was mentioning, I had multiple shades, and I think the shades have been an issue for me, but I found this one, Apricot. It looks quite peachy here, but it works so well on my under eyes, and you need a dot. I also have here a small one, the color Beach, and this is definitely not apricot-y like that one. It still works for me in the summertime. I actually really enjoy this concealer. I think I just found the right shade, and I put so little. I do not set this concealers. When I set this, I feel like it looks heavy under my eyes. If I don't set it, it's perfect. I've actually decluttered, I think, 2 different colors because they have not worked for me, and then just when I tried the Hourglass Skin Tint, I decided to try this one more time, and I loved it. So I'm going to keep this super full coverage, and it just works now. I don't know. It's just so weird. I think my skin also probably has changed quite a bit. Now this Natasha Denona, I have a love-hate relationship with this. Actually, it's not hate. It's just like, I kind of like it. I kind of love it. I do like the way it looks under my eyes, and I enjoy it, but when you look super up close, it just feels a little heavy for me. I do enjoy how it wears throughout the day. I think it wears really well. I have the shade P3. So I think I'm going to keep it. First of all, I want to make a concealer roundup. So I'm going to keep all these newer concealers just so I can do a roundup. But this could be... No, I think I would still keep it even if I didn't do a concealer roundup because I do enjoy it. I think it's good. I just don't think it's my top 5 concealer. Let's just say that. But so far, I've used it and enjoy it. I feel like I'm doing really bad so far decluttering. I thought I would be so much better. But anyway, Rare Beauty. This is the brightener. I love this one. I absolutely adore it for a no makeup application. Oh, it just makes my under eye look so much brighter, just fresher. It has a luminosity to it. It gives the slightest coverage, but I enjoy it. So I absolutely am going to keep this. I have mine in the shade Light Medium. Now this is a Tom Ford concealer. This sadly is discontinued, I think, and I love this one. It's so beautiful. Mine is not even that old because I think I got this at a cosmetic company store, and so the actual product is quite new. But I think I'm going to get rid of it or give it to somebody that can enjoy it because I can't use it on camera. I don't want to use it on camera if you guys, can't purchase it or it's discontinued. I know a lot of people ask questions about that. So I think I'm going to give it to somebody that can enjoy it because it's a beautiful, beautiful concealer. I have the shade 4 and it is amazing. This next one is a Double Duty Beauty. The Creamy Shape Tape. I actually really enjoyed this one. I never liked the original Shape Tape. It's not for me. It is way too thick, heavy, drying. Yeah, it was not for me. But this one I actually really, really really enjoyed. I do think I'm gonna declutter it just because I have so many other concealers and I haven't reached for it in a little bit, but it's a really beautiful one. It has good coverage, it's nice and creamy, not as drying as the other Tarte Shape Tape, but it's gonna go. Next one, it is such an amazing concealer. This is from L'Oreal Age Perfect, and I adore this concealer. Oops. It is so beautiful, luminous. It is brightening. It is moisturizing. Oh, I don't know if you can tell there, but I love this concealer. The color's a little light for me. I don't even know. Oh, 205. And then this specific one is quite old. Actually, the color looks pretty good. Well, I think once it sets down, it's going to be fine. But I think I'm going to declutter it just because it's older, but it is such a beautiful, beautiful concealer. If you have more mature eyes or you're struggling with wrinkles, this is fantastic. It's such a good drugstore one. Actually, drugstore has quite a lot of good ones. Next one is another L'Oreal. This is the Infallible Pro Glow. This I actually really enjoyed, but it has a really strong scent and it bothers me. Scents don't usually bother me, but this one did. But look at that glow. It's a beautiful, beautiful finish, but I never use it because it has a scent and it almost burned my under eye. It sounds bad. It was actually bad. I haven't used it since, so this will go. Now these from Makeup Forever HD. Okay, I'm going to take these as well from down here because this is the reformulated version of this. I have loved the Ultra HD for such a long time. I have two colors here, 31 and 30, and incredible concealers, good coverage, creamy, not drying. Oh, beautiful. But they reformulated these. Look at that coverage. Oh, I love these so much. They did reformulate them, and I think I'm gonna declutter these and just continue to love on these. These are incredible. They're a little bit more luminous than the original, and they are, I wouldn't say they're quite as full coverage as the Makeup Forever. This wasn't full. This was medium to full. This one, I would say it's more of a medium coverage, but I don't know if you can tell. I made a huge dent in these. I think I like these a little bit better because they're more moisturizing under the eyes and they have beautiful coverage, as you can see here. Like, it's good coverage, but it just feels just a little lighter than the original. So I'm going to keep the new formula, declutter the old formula, but beautiful formula, both of them. In the new formula, I have 2.0 and 2.2. 2.2, I would say it's my go-to, and 2.0 is a little bit more brightening. So these will go. I'm going to keep these. An amazing concealer from Chanel. You can see this is on its last leg. There's not much in there, but I will finish this. This is beautiful. I love the way it sits under the eyes. I love the coverage. It's a light feel, you know, it's not a very thick, heavy concealer. It's so beautiful, natural finish. I have mine in the shade 20 beige, and it's actually really good. A little bit brightening, but I actually quite enjoy it. So yeah, I'm keeping this, but it's kind of, you know, I'm scraping the sides for this. It's a good one though. Now this LYS is, I don't know, it didn't work great for me. Kind of like the Say, it felt a little bit separating under my eyes. Like, the product initially looked beautiful, but the more I blended and throughout the day, it just separated a little bit, and it didn't give me enough coverage for it to do that. I hope that makes sense. I don't mind if, I mean, that sounds bad. I do mind if a full coverage concealer separates, but I would expect it more on a concealer like that rather than a lighter concealer. So this will go. I don't love it, and I feel bad to say that because I love LYS, but LN6 is the shade I have. This one from Anastasia, I love this concealer. It's kind of on the thicker side, but it gives such good coverage. It's a little bit more moisturizing than, like, let's say the Shape Tape, the original Shape Tape. I'm gonna keep this one. I really like it. It's shade 6. I really should pull it out and use it more. It's honestly, it's almost gone. Like, I can kind of get product if I scrape the sides. So I think I could finish this one as well. I love it. It's a great one. Now this one from Sephora, this is the best skin ever. I didn't love it. You know, it had such good reviews. I didn't love it. I felt like it looked dry and a little cakey under my eyes. It has amazing coverage. Look at that. It like completely covers everything. But I kind of feel like I should give it one more try because I think I've only used it twice and I just didn't love it. And I kind of feel like it wasn't super hot outside. So I like the color. The color is 17.5N. This is a maybe. I want to give it one more try, and then if it's not really good, I'm going to give it away. Now this from Charlotte Tilbury, this is the Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. You know, I never reach for it, and I think it's the shade. I think I would enjoy the formula, and from what I remember, I did enjoy it. It was nice and moisturizing, but the color, I don't think you can tell here, but under the eyes, it just looks a little yellow. I have the color 6 medium, and on me, it just looks a little off under the eyes, a little yellow. I think I need to try a different shade that's maybe a little bit more peachy rather than yellow for my under eyes. And maybe I would enjoy it more because I did like the way it overall looked on the skin. I just don't think I like this color. Let me scooch everything a little higher. Oh no. Starting with this Givenchy, I'm absolutely keeping this. It's an amazing concealer. I love the color. I love the formula. It's super light, but really decent coverage. I would say medium coverage, but it's so beautiful. Oh, even after swatching all the other ones, swatching this one, it's stunning. Fabulous formula. If you're looking for a bougie concealer, you do get a ton of product. This is amazing. This is an N250 and I'm absolutely keeping this. The color's good. It's blurring, super blurring around the pores. And it's not heavy at all. Light on the skin. Amazing. Then I have the Lancome Teint Idole. I really like this concealer as well. I kind of feel like I'm on my last leg, not with this one. This is 330. This is pretty dark for me. I should probably declutter that one. That's very dark. And then the 250, this is the one that I usually reach for, but this is too light. I used to wear these all the time and I actually would combine the colors, and you know, that's kind of how I've been wearing them. But I think I'm going to keep the 250 and get rid of this one, the 330, I think, because winter's coming and so I'm not going to be as tan, and I won't need to combine them because that one's going to work during winter time. So I'm going to get rid of 330 and then keep the 220. Next here we have two Dior. Actually, one is the old formula. The 2N is the old formula. And then that needs to be thrown out. It's absolutely disgusting. I actually thought I decluttered this already, but I think what happened is I need it for swatching and then I just put it back. Anyway, but this is the new formula. This is the 2WP. So the color is a little different, but I like this color because it has that peachiness in it. And then the 2N is nice. It's a little dark, but yeah, I've been enjoying the WP quite a bit for under eyes. It kind of cancels my under eyes. Love the formula, absolutely amazing. So I'm getting rid of the 2N and then keeping the 2WP. I keep messing the top because I have it on my finger. So next one is this Rose Ink. This one, I've been actually reaching for it lately. It's super messy. I should clean that up. This is a little drier and full coverage. Look at that. Like, you see nothing. But I've reached for this, I would say, the past 3 weeks. I've reached for it every week because it stays put. It stays where you put it. It's just a little heavy duty for me, but I kind of feel like I need one like that. However, I do have the Huda right here that I'm absolutely keeping, so I don't know if I need this one, honestly. It was nice. Ooh, this is a maybe. I'm not sure. It's a maybe. Now, this is a new one from Yensa. They sent me a few products, and I'm actually quite impressed with many of them. This I've only tried once, and it's not like I did a full day wear test. I was just trying to play with their products a little bit. So I'm keeping this to test out. I may even do a video on it because so far it was actually surprisingly nice. They sent me their foundation. Also, their blush was stunning, their lip oil. Anyway, so this is a brand I'm just discovering, and so far I like it. This is in the shade Light 2. Now, this one from Clinique is a little old. I absolutely love this formula. It's so, so, so good. But I think it's quite old. Oh, look at that. It's such a good formula. I hear nobody talk about this. The Even Better All Over Concealer. This is the color CN10. And it's a nice brightening color. And now I think it's just gotten a little old. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. You know, I didn't love the original Camo Concealer, but I loved this one. It was so, so good. The problem I have with this one is that it's quite brightening under my eyes. I know these colors don't do the actual color of the concealer justice, but I don't love the color under my eyes. This is in Light Sand. So I'm going to declutter just because of that, but I actually really, really like the formula. If you have this and you have a better shade, let me know. It's not terrible, but I wish it was just maybe a little bit, just one shade darker for my under eyes, because this really brightened my under eyes maybe too much. Now, these bad boys right here, the Kosas, I loved these. However, I know for sure, I think 3 has gone bad. Yep. So this is going away. The 2.5 is newer. Let's see. This still smells decent. And then I think the 4 is kind of new as well. I know I've decluttered so many, repurchased some other ones, and these go bad pretty fast. And I haven't found my perfect shade. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep the 2.5 and 4. I have to mix them. I'll swatch the 3 as well, but that one definitely has gone bad. I'm not going to keep that one. That's 3 right there. But I actually like 2.5 because it's not quite as yellow. All the other ones are quite yellow and warm. So the 2.5 is just a little bit more cool tone. It looks pretty bright here, but once it sets down, it works pretty well. And I combine it with the 4. I'll show you like that. So that actually gives me a really, really good shade. All right, moving on to these Pat McGrath concealers. I have so many different shades here. I don't even know. This even separated a little bit. Oh, that's a good color. Is this a 9? Yes, LM9 is my pretty much perfect shade from her. Then I think I have a couple other to mix. I have LM10 and L7. L7 is definitely more brightening. As you can see there, and this one LM10 is almost brand new. I think I only used it once. It's just so deep, you can see here, and it's orangey. So these 2 colors aren't great. The LM9 is really good, but I have been mixing them if I want a good color. So I don't even know what to do here. I'm just going to keep the LM9 and get rid of these 2. Now, this is the new Makeup by Mario. I've done a review on this. The fuzz gets in my ring all the time. Even when I record the foundation one, it got in there. Anyway, you know, I like it. I don't love it. And I think I said the same thing in my video. It's good coverage, good lasting power. It's just a little bit drying under my eyes. I'm keeping it for my roundup video. I've been actually wearing it was it today? I think today and yesterday. I just want to test these concealers out a lot so I can give you really good information of how it wore, longevity and all that. And it's like some days it's really good, some days it looks just dry. I think it depends on how I moisturize my under eye. So I'm keeping this just because of that video, but I could see this one being decluttered if it doesn't perform as good as it has on certain days. Anyway, I'm keeping it for now. Okay, we have here the YSL concealers, Touche Éclat High Coverage. In love with this concealer, absolutely in love. I have two different shades right here. I think it's 4 and 3. No, 3 and 2. And I mean, I have raved about these so much. They have kind of, I would say, medium coverage. Wait, the product needs to come out. Now, of course, I put too much now. But it has such a beautiful radiance. It's an amazing finish. If you have more mature under eyes, or even if they're not mature but just wrinkly, right? They are absolutely beautiful. I'm absolutely keeping these. Will repurchase if I run out of them. Amazing concealer. I discovered, I think this year or end of last year. All right, another great drugstore concealer is this NYX Bear With Me concealer. I have vanilla and what's the other one? This looks so disgusting. Vanilla and beige. And I think beige is my color. I think vanilla was just too bright for me. This is beige. Yeah, that's my color. Vanilla was just too light. So this is vanilla, beige. I'm getting rid of vanilla, keeping the beige, but it's good coverage, an amazing drugstore option. And yeah, I'm gonna keep one, the beige. Okay, I have a few correctors, which I'm actually gonna pull all the correctors here. I think that's it. No, these. So these are my correctors. Actually, there's one of these that I would consider a corrector. This one from NARS, the Impossible Dream. The only one I'm getting rid of is the Bobbi Brown one. I don't feel like it did much for me. Even though the formula is nice, it just, I don't know. I don't know why I never reached for it. I didn't feel like it did enough. I will say that I usually try to combine it with the Bobbi Brown concealer, and I didn't love this one. It was fine, but it was nothing special. So I know I'm getting rid of the concealer. And then this one again didn't do enough for me. So I am getting rid of the concealer, and you know what? Probably the corrector as well. Let me swatch the other ones. This is so disgusting. Look at this, guys. Oh my gosh. But it's my favorite under eye corrector. I still haven't hit pan. It's a miracle. Yeah, see, I need this color to correct my under eye, not that. That is just barely there. So yes, I'm getting rid of the Bobbi Brown. And then this is the NARS Radiant. I should clean this. This is so disgusting. Like I was saying, this is the creamy color corrector. This is much brighter and orangey. Look at that. It works though. It's super light. I want to say that it's kind of going on its last leg. There's definitely a tone difference. This is more peachy. This is more orangey. I like the more peachy overall. Ooh, I'm even debating if I'm going to keep this, which is kind of a shocker because it used to be my go-to. I'm not sure because I've discovered the Huda one, which is all I've been using lately. I love this. This is in a better color, pink pomelo. I had the peach and that was so deep. This is quite pink, isn't it? But it works so well. I like it. And then we also have this one from NARS, the Impossible Dream. I know this is more of a kind of brightener under eye, but I use it as a corrector and it works really well. Maybe I should have swatched it somewhere better. Anyway, so these are the correctors I have. I'm very tempted. I think I'm going to get rid of the NARS one, which I can't believe I'm saying that because it used to be my favorite. But looking at all of these, There's a reason I haven't reached for the NARS one that much. Why am I so attached to makeup? Like, I can get rid of clothes like nobody's business, shoes, I don't know, anything, but makeup, it's so difficult. I'm gonna give it one more chance and like really study my day and how I enjoy it, because I loved this for so long. So I wonder why I haven't reached for it lately. Is it because I found a couple new ones, or it's because it's just not my favorite anymore? So I'm going to keep these three for sure. But this one, I'm going to test this out. This is in the maybe pile. Okay, Huda, absolutely keeping these. I have the 2.7 and 4.3. Love this. I think I'm on my last leg of both of these colors. Like, there's not a ton in there left. Full coverage, beautiful. You know, Huda's becoming a favorite brand. They have so many amazing products. I have to mix these colors because, you know, I don't have my perfect shade, but absolutely keeping these. Again, I feel like they're on their last leg. There's not a ton left in there. This Valentino, this bad boy, I have had a love-hate relationship with this. First of all, the color's super bright, but once I kind of fade it into my skin and it dries down, it tends to work. However, again, it's such a light texture and not a ton of coverage, but it's separated under my eyes once. Then I wore it on top of a corrector and it worked so well. I actually felt like my under eye looked so blurred and smooth. They get brightening. So I'm conflicted with this one because I like the formula. I did a full day wear test and I did not give it a great review. And so I've been testing it out since then and I kind of loved it. But I don't love the color. And I feel like that's the reason I don't reach for it. It's because of the color. So I am curious to try a different one. This is LN3. Let me know if you have a better shade match. I'm gonna get rid of this one just because the color doesn't work. It may work in the winter though. I don't know. That's the thing with concealer. I feel like my skin changes so much that... Oh, I don't know about this one. I'm going to give this one more try. Right now I have 4 in the maybe pile. Okay, my probably not favorite concealer, because my all-time favorite concealer is this one from Chanel. So let's just get that out of the way. There's no way I'm getting rid of this one. It truly is my all-time favorite concealer. I absolutely adore it. There's nothing wrong with it. Even the packaging. I know I've complained about the packaging and everybody complains about the packaging, but I don't mind it. I've learned to love it, and it's just, it's incredible. I don't have a better concealer in my collection. Colfi comes second. I am scraping the sides of this one because there's not a ton of product in there, so I'm obviously not decluttering this one. The Colfi is creamier and a little thicker. The Chanel is lighter, and I don't know, there's something magical about this Chanel Sublimage. It's my favorite. Honestly, truly, I could get rid of all of my concealers, even this one, and just stay with the Chanel, and I would be happy. Moving on to Armani. This is the Luminous Silk. This is in 4.5, a little light for me right now. Incredible concealer, beautiful for dry under eyes, light to medium coverage at best. I really enjoy it. I'm not getting rid of it. I want another color, one that's just a little bit deeper. I don't know which one that would be, but I really like this one. And again, I don't have much left on this one. It's kind of an everyday concealer, super light. Look at that glowy finish. Incredible. Now this one from Dior, you know, I tried to love this one. I tried and tried and tried again. You can see that I've used quite a bit and I don't like it under my eyes. It separates. It's so light, and when I put it on, I'm like, ooh, I really like this. It's wonderful. And then like an hour later, it just separates and cracks under my eyes. So I've given this many chances and it's a no for me. This Shiseido is actually a really nice one, but it's kind of old, I think. I haven't picked it up for quite some time. Didn't love the color. This is in the color 201 Light Clear. It's just a little too brightening for my under eyes. I do like the formula. It's really good. I would say it has like a good medium coverage. The finish was more natural, but I haven't reached for it because of the color. And it turns quite pink on me. I don't know if you can tell there. And okay, so look at that. This is my skin, and that's the concealer. It's just too bright. So this is no. Now this Milk Makeup, I used to love this one. I don't know why I stopped using it. Probably the color, probably because I have like 70 something concealers, but I haven't reached for this, but I remember really liking it. The color's nice. The finish is decent. Why have I not picked this one? I don't love the packaging. It's kind of fat and it takes a lot of space, and truly, I really think that's why I haven't reached for it, because it just takes too much space. Ooh, I think I'm gonna get rid of it. I haven't reached for it. I have so many other good ones, but I did like it. I think it's the packaging. It's so chunky. I don't like it. There's something something about that I don't like. Okay, these Rare Beauty concealers, I am getting rid of the 190, the 180, and then I'm keeping the 210. These are too light, too yellow, and then the 210 is a good shade match for me. You know, I do enjoy this concealer. I actually think it's kind of nice. And I like the 210 because it has a little bit of that peachiness in it. It has good coverage. It actually sits really nice under my eyes. So I'm keeping this one, getting rid of these. Okay, the last few right here. Jones Road. These I'm keeping. I absolutely love these. Oh, if I can open them. I have here shade 7 and then shade 8, I think. Yes, it's shade 8. There we go. This is more peachy, and this one is just a little bit more yellow. The swatches don't do it justice because I think these are so practical. They look good under the eyes. They look good. I correct my lips with this. If I have acne or anything like that, I'll put that. I put it all over the skin. I'm gonna do a full face of Jones Road. I know I've talked about that for quite some time. There's just been so many new releases. I haven't gotten around to doing that, but I love them. I'm keeping them. Of course, I'm keeping these Clé Peau. These are like my babies. I have 2 shades here. This is shade 3 and 4. This is a little thicker, and I would say a little bit more, it sounds bad, but drier than, for example, the Tom Ford that I'm about to talk about. But I love this, the way they sit on the skin, how blurring they are. I cannot ever declutter these, and I have used these so much, and look at that, like there's barely any dent there, and that's because you need so little, just a few dots here and there. And yeah, and also because they're a little bit on the drier side, you can wear them even if you have mature skin, dry skin. Somehow they work so well on the skin, but they last under your eyes or on acne or anything all day long. There's something so special about these. I'm keeping them. Same goes with Tom Ford. I'm keeping this. This is actually my project pan, and I'm not doing a great job. This is very different. Much glowier, much more emollient, creamier, a lot of brightness and radiance. And if you have a very dry skin under your eyes, you would love this. This is in the shade 2NO. Yes, I'm keeping this. Okay, 3-pot concealers. Actually, this is the brightening version of the other one that I kept, and I'm keeping this. I've actually really been enjoying them. Ooh, actually, the formula reminds me a little bit of the Tom Ford. This one is a little bit more stickier. The Tom Ford is just smoother. But for example, I wore it today just to brighten a little bit under the eyes. You can wear them by themselves because they don't have a ton of coverage. It's just a brightener or a corrector if you use a different shade. So I'm keeping this one. Oops. And then this is the NARS. I'm throwing this one away. It's way too old. In the shade Vanilla, the shade is awful for me. It's just super brightening and kind of yellow. This has to go. It's just old. And then last one right here is the Glossier. And I actually really like this one. I kind of want to keep it, but I don't love the shade I have. I don't know, there's something about the undertone, let me swatch it here, that I don't love, but I do like the formula. I don't know. I may give it one more try and then maybe try to purchase a better shade. This one is in G10. It's just kind of like pinky. Can you tell? Probably not, but it's just a little pinky on me, and I don't love pinky undertones. Ooh, I may just get rid of this one and try to get a better shade because they're coming out with a new foundation again. I kind of want to test it, the concealer and the foundation together. Look, see right here? Look how gray that looks on me. Yeah, I'm getting rid of it. So I feel like I've not done a great job. So I will get rid of this one, and this is the Sephora. This was the maybe pile. I had these 3 here, but I want to test these out one more time. But the Sephora, I didn't love it. So these are maybe keep, but I will say there's like so many shades of a concealer in here. So, there's 2 of the YSL, 2 of the Huda. I have 3 here that are brand new that I need to test out. 3 of the Tower 28. So, I kind of feel like it's not tragic. Maybe it is. Let's count them. So I am getting rid of 31 right here. 39 that I'm keeping, that includes like multiple shades of a concealer, and the Huda one that again I need to test out, and then 3 that are a maybe that I need to play with them a little bit more and make my decision. So it's not quite half, but it's not bad. Goodness gracious, that took quite a bit of work. I swatched every single one of these. Last time when I did my foundation declutter, there were a few of you guys that said, oh, I wish you swatched that one and that one. So this time I made sure I swatched all of them. This is the basket of keep, and then declutter right here. I feel like we did not as good as the foundation. I was hoping to get rid of at least half of them and keep maybe in the 20 range concealer, but I think the thing that I did wrong is that I have multiple shades of a concealer, and I feel like that should have been counted maybe like 1, because I do use concealer for different parts of my face, so I need different shades of concealer, and that's why, I will keep like 2-3 different shades, just the way I did with the foundations. I will do a ranking videos of all these concealers that came out this year. That way you will know, which one's my favorite and which one's not. But you at least got a look at all the concealers that I have. I know there's the Gucci one coming out as well, so we're gonna wait for that one to do my rankings. But that's it for now. I really hope you guys enjoyed this concealer declutter, that it was entertaining and kind of fulfilling. Every time I watch a declutter video, it's quite fulfilling for me to see the big declutter. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.